Good morning. It's time to rise and shine. My name is Haylee Jacob, and I'm your host for the Rise and Shine podcast. Hello, and welcome to the Rise and Shine podcast. I want to thank you all for taking the time to listen. I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you. So, you may have noticed that I do not have music in the intro today. Um, I apologize for that. There won't be any music in today's episode. So sorry. What happened is Spotify for podcasters is what the platform that I use for my to create the podcasts. It's my host and they have been telling me for months now, they've been warning me each time I log on that in July, they will no longer have the same recording abilities that they did, that they're changing it, that, they're just, and that's normal things change and update. And I did not properly prepare. I knew it was changing. I didn't realize that I would no longer have the same music library that they had. And so I'm going to figure that out. I super apologize, and I hope that it's not too boring without the music. To be honest, I'm not really sure how to start this episode. So I'm just going to jump right in it. We, as a world globally, but especially as Christians, are going through some dark times in this world. And sometimes it can be scary. Sometimes it can seem like what in the world is going on. But no matter what, we need to remember that God is ultimately in control, and He always will be, and He is still good. No matter what happens, no matter what happens in our personal life, no matter what happens in our best friend's life, no matter what happens in this nation, no matter what happens in the world, we can put our hope and our trust in the Lord. And that's just what we're going to be talking about today. So grab your coffee, find your comfiest chair, and today we're going to rise and shine. So for the past week, it seems like almost all of the sermons, all of the messages, all the Bible verses I've been reading, all the conversations I've been having, have revolved around, in some way or another, around the idea of trusting that God hears you and trusting that He's in control. And whether it's on a personal level, like God hears your prayers, your personal prayers, and on a national, global level. He is in control. No matter what it may look like around you, no matter what feelings you may be feeling, God is here. He is here. He hasn't left. He's still here. Like I said, this past week, there were 2 sermons at church, 2 in a row, one on Sunday, one on Wednesday, that dealt with the idea that sometimes it feels like your prayers hit the ceiling. Sometimes it feels like you're wondering if God is hearing you, because it's just like, it kind of feels like maybe He's silent for a little bit, right? And what to do when it feels like He's silent. And what's crazy is that, yes, there was one sermon on Sunday and then another on Wednesday, but the speaker on Wednesday wasn't even here for the Sunday sermon. Had no idea, used some of the same Bible verses, had no idea that that sermon had been preached on Sunday as well. And it was different. It was definitely 2 different sermons, but it dealt with the same thing. And it kind of, for me personally, God was speaking to me through those 2 sermons about this and reminding me that He is good. He's still there. God is speaking this through multiple people. Again, like I said, I've been hearing it kind of just all over the place. And I believe that He really wants me to know, and He really wants all of you to know, that He hears every single prayer, and He is always there. Your prayers have not fallen on deaf ears. Your prayers are not ignored. He hears them. And this goes, like I said, for the personal things that you're praying for in your life and for all the global issues that we as Christians are praying for God's intervention for. And I'll be honest, there are a lot of kind of scary things happening in our world and in our nation today. There's some serious stuff going on. There are a lot of things happening that most of us never imagined that we'd see in our lifetime. And I look back over in my personal lifetime, I'm 32 years old. So that's my age. That's how old I am. I'm 32. And I remember, thinking in high school and thinking as a kid, like, man, like reading history was one of my favorite subjects. And it still is. I love history. I love learning about history and thinking like, man, the people who went through like the world wars, that's an intense time. The people who went through the Vietnam War, the people who went through this and the people who went through that, that's an intense time. And not really thinking that anything like that could really happen in my time. But then I think back, I was in the 4th grade when 9/11 happened. And then, sometimes we don't realize these things until like you look back and you're like, "Oh my gosh, that was a significant time in history that I lived through." Or COVID. Just think about that. In the middle of it, we were like, "Oh my gosh, like when is this going to end? I'm done with this. Like this is crazy." And then you look back and you're like, "That was a significant time in history. This event that I personally experienced will be in history books." And I experienced it. Like my experience, it may not have my name on it in the history book, but my experience of this time will be in history books. Does that make sense? And right now, today, we are living through a time that will be in the history books, and it can be scary. Some like I said, these things are things that are happening that we never imagined that would happen in our lifetime. There's a lot of anger, a lot of bitterness, and a lot of lies that are just flying around, flying through the air, spreading through the world all around us. And it can be easy to think, God, where are you in all this? As in, God, like, I don't see you in this. What's going on? Where are you? And in one of the messages this week, I think it was my dad's, if I'm remembering right, I hope, sorry, Dad, if you're listening and I get your message mixed up. In one of the messages I heard this week, I think it was my dad's on Sunday, someone mentioned, whoever's message I'm remembering, the speaker mentioned that question, God, where are you on all this? Instead of asking it as in like, God, I don't see you in this, like I can't find you, like, are you gone? Ask it as in, God, where are you in all this? As in, show me what you're doing in this. Show me what your will is in all of this. Show me what you want me to do. Show me where you are, as in, I know you're there. I know you're there. Help me find you and trust in you and put my faith and hope in you. So, whoever sermon that was, if you're listening, I'm sorry because I definitely like butchered that, how you delivered it. But I hope you get the gist of that because he's not absent from us. He's not absent from any situation that we experience. If we have welcomed Jesus into our hearts and we serve Jesus as our Savior, God is not absent. He's not absent from this world. He is here. He is never absent. He's always, always there. The Bible says in Deuteronomy 31:8, and again in Hebrews 13:5, that he will never leave you nor forsake you. God will never leave you, even if it feels like your prayers are not being answered, even if it feels like everything around you is falling apart or things are getting kind of scary even. No matter what, he will never leave you nor forsake you. So that's what I want to say to you all today is keep trusting in God. Keep seeking him. Keep putting your hope in him. Everything in this world will eventually pass away. All of our leaders, all of the nations. Money, material things. We can't put our trust in these things because they are temporary. They have absolutely no power in the grand scheme of things. These world leaders who it seems like they have all the power, they have no power in comparison to God. God has all the power. God is eternal, and God brings peace in the midst of storms. And there is no one else and nothing else that can do that. Look past the world's troubles. Look past the frightening events that you watch with your own eyes take place, and look to the hills where your help comes from. Your help comes from the Lord. And as I was thinking about all this today, about how a lot of people are kind of scared. They're looking, especially here in America. I don't know where you're listening from. I have some listeners in different places, but some of us have lost the plot on where to put our faith in. We don't put our faith in a country. We don't put our faith, all of our faith, in a leader. Yes, those things are not inherently bad. I love living in America. I support America, right? I want the best for my country, but I can't put all my hope and faith and trust in that because it's not eternal. And I was reminded of the verse that says, "Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God." So back when this was written by David. This is a psalm. I'm going to read the whole thing here in a minute. This was a psalm written by David. And back then, chariots and horses were the symbols of war, right? Symbols of power. When you saw someone riding on a chariot drawn by a horse, that person is either off to battle or they're somebody important. Maybe they're a pharaoh, they're a leader, they're a king. That's what that was. Some trust in chariots and some in horses. But chariots will break apart. They will decay. Horses will pass away. They'll lose their strength. But we trust in the name of the Lord our God. That's if you get nothing else from today, today's going to be a short episode. If you get nothing else from today, remember that verse. And so I'd just like to read to you 2 Psalms today. Psalms of encouragement during times of spiritual warfare, Psalms of prayer for strength, and Psalms of learning to put all faith, hope, and trust in God. Psalm 20. May the Lord answer you when you are in distress. May the name of the God of Jacob protect you. May he send you help from the sanctuary and grant you support from Zion. May he remember all your sacrifices and accept your burnt offerings. May he give you the desire of your heart and make all your plans succeed. May we shout for joy over your victory and lift up our banners in the name of our God. May the Lord grant all your requests. Now this I know, the Lord gives victory to his anointed. He answers him from his heavenly sanctuary with the victorious power of his right hand. Some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we trust in the name of the Lord our God. They are brought to their knees and fall, but we rise up and stand firm. Lord, give victory to the King. Answer us when we call. Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar. Kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice. The earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress." Those two Psalms are so powerful. All we have to do is trust in God. We don't put our trust in a nation. We don't put our trust in a leader. We don't put our trust in a party. We don't put our trust in anything else that this world may have, because only God is eternal. God has everything in control. He will be exalted among the nations. He will be exalted. Exalted, to exalt something means to lift something up, to put something above, to put something above everything else, to exalt something. Be still and know that I am God. That has been a verse for me in the past year, because I'm really, really bad at being still. I'm really, really bad at it, because I just want, I'm a doer, and okay, I want to get things done. I'm like, okay, well, God, you told me this, so let's go, let's move. And I have to be still and know his timing is best. Or if it's like, God, I haven't heard from you here, so I'm just going to do it, because I haven't heard. No, be still. Lord, there's some scary stuff going on in the world today. I kind of want to run. I'm a little afraid. Be still and know that he is God. Thank you so much for listening, and if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends, leave a review, and follow the pod on Instagram at the Rise and Shine Podcast with "and" spelled out. If you have any questions or topics you'd like me to discuss, you can send me an email at haylee.riseandshine@gmail.com. That's HAYLEE, and the word "and" is spelled out. Now, go out there and shine.